Chief Constable Stuart Hyde, you were recently awarded the Queen's Policing Medal. Can you tell us a little bit about what the Queen's Policing Medal symbolises and what it means to you to have your service recognised?
I think it's a great honour. It's the epitome of things for our police officers, really. I mean, to be awarded it means that somebody somewhere has sat down and said Stuart Hyde deserves this because of A, B and C. I think it's about the service that I've given both locally and nationally, and the efforts that I've made to help make people's lives better in all the areas that I've served. I think it was a remarkable achievement. I was very, very surprised. It's the second time I've been surprised. I was awarded an honorary doctorate a few years back for the work that I'd done on cybercrime. So both of them, I think, have been very, very pleased to receive, and massive undertakings. And I'm really glad that somebody has taken the time to do it. But I've got to say that there's no way that I would have been in this position without having so many excellent people to work with over the last few years, and particularly here in Cumbria. My colleagues, my peers, the police officers and staff and PCSOs, you know, they're a great team, and it's nice to be honoured for that.
In recent years, Cumbrians and Cumbrian businesses have been warned about cybercrime. In some circles, hackers and cyber criminals are being regarded as the new mafia. How serious is the threat of cybercrime in Cumbria? And what is Cumbria Constabulary doing to tackle this issue?
I think cybercrime can exist anywhere, anytime, any place. It doesn't matter whether it's in inner city London or in a rural part of Cumbria. Because people are connected and because people have got access and the scalability of the internet, it puts everybody at risk. And what we say is the sort of normal things that you would do to protect yourself offline, do that online. So make sure that you've got a proper barrier, so anything coming into your computer, you know what it is. Don't succumb to scams. If somebody's writing to you with an offer that's too good to be true, it probably is, and it's probably a scam. But we've been instrumental in Cumbria in addressing this, in working both regionally and nationally to help drive things like action fraud, helping people online to stop becoming victims of fraud. Personally, I lead for the UK on e-crime prevention and e-crime training, reviewing the training that police officers have across the country. Also, from a social media point of view, our officers here have access to social media at work, so they can do a lot more to help out and a lot more to get engaged, and we've got experience of doing that. So I think having the right training, the right people, we don't have a large high-tech squad, but it's appropriate, it's proportionate to the size of the problem we have in Cumbria, but it's very much engaged on a national basis and is able to influence nationally and bring national resources to bear when we need to.
Is there any links on Cumbria Constabulary's website that people can look to for advice about cybercrime?
There should be, but you're going to ask me to check in a minute. What I will say is there's a lot of things you can do. The actionfraud.org is probably the best site for advice, and if it's anything, if you're worried about internet advice for children, for example, CEOP, ceop.police.uk site is probably the best equipped site in the world for information and help and advice on protecting children online. As you know, I was engaged in writing the business case for CEOP, so I'm very proud of that organisation. I'm proud that it's actually still delivering in a very high quality way.